everybody. Hopefully your days are going fine. I am Katie Redmond, and I am going to do a short, like 45-minute hatha flow. So hatha style is we'll spend a little bit more time in poses than in a vinyasa class. So it's a good like midday pick me up, or if you are just waking up, no judgment. And then I'll end class in a guided meditation. Cool. So if you props I have here, I got these things from like the dollar store. I think they're for gardening, but I have a lot of wrist and knee pain. And so I use these to kind of give some extra cushion. I've got 2 yoga blocks, but you can use a thick book or anything else that gives you a little more height. And then I've got, I couldn't find my yoga blanket or a blanket that I could grab easily. So I've got a towel that I'm going to roll up if I need some extra support. So we'll actually start in a supported fish pose. So with your blocks or a book, go ahead and come to your back. You can take one block where your head would land. And then you can either stretch the legs out long, or you can bring the feet to the mat. And then option to take the second block under your shoulder blades. Create a little more height. Hands can come to the belly, to the mat beside you, or up above head. And then just start to gently let your eyes close or soften the gaze. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe you inhale, count to 3. Exhale, match that count. Just starting to take notice of the sensations around your body. Begin to let the day, the week fall away. And begin to turn inward. Maybe you notice the way the air moves across your skin. Maybe you notice the sounds outside your window. If you have your hands on your belly, maybe you notice the way your belly rises and falls with each breath. And as you begin to center here, I invite you to set an intention for your practice, a way you'd like to feel, something you'd like to leave here on the mat. And if at any point you find your attention, your mind start to wander, I invite you back to this moment and this breath and this intention to pull yourself back in. Each deep inhale, notice how the body fills up with breath. Each deep exhale, maybe you allow the shoulder blades to soften over the blocks to create opening through the heart space. Take a deep breath deep into the belly. Soft open mouth exhale. Again, deep inhale. Soft open mouth exhale. Last time, deep inhale. Soft open mouth exhale. Gently start to blink the eyes open. Bring little flickers of movement through the fingers and toes. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, shift up to a comfortable seat, however you choose to get there. Move your blocks off to the side or your books, whatever you're using. Make sure they're still handy. We'll maybe use them later, maybe not. And when you've come to a comfortable seat, take a second, shift the shoulders back over the hips and bring the palms to the mat beside you. Your next inhale, find a tall spine. Exhale, let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Lots of space between the ears and the shoulders, and breathe here. Your next inhale, take and reach the fingertips above head. Exhale, bring the palms back to the mat. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, take the palms back to the mat. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale, this time, wind the wrist down, bring a little movement. Palms back to the mat. Take one of your hands to the opposite side of your neck, your head, very gentle pull. Breathe here. Inviting breath into the side of the neck. If you've been working from home, maybe the neck is a little stiff from the computer screen. Or if you've been napping a lot like me, maybe your neck is stiff from the couch pillows. One more full round of breath. Inhale deeply, exhale. And then gently release the side of the head. Maybe you twist the neck out, maybe you round it around. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, inhale, reach for the other side. Very gentle pull, so enough to feel something, but not enough to injure. And breathe here. One more full round of breath. And then gently release, bring that palm back to the mat. Bring your right palm to the left knee, left palm comes behind you. Inhale, grow tall through the core, and exhale, take the gaze over the left shoulder, come into a side twist. Breathe here. Instead of just twisting from the shoulders and the neck, draw the navel in on an exhale, on an inhale. Exhale, twist from the ribs, from the core. See if you can keep the sit bones connected to the mat, so don't let that hip pop up. One more full round of breath here. Your next exhale, untwist yourself, switch sides. Left palm comes to the right knee, right palm comes behind you. Inhale, again, find that tall spine. Exhale, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Again, maybe on an inhale, you draw the ribs, the navel in. Exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. One more full round of breath here. And your next inhale, untwist yourself. Go ahead, come high onto your knees, grab a block. If you need a little more cushion, feel free to either put the blanket under your knees, maybe flip the mat over. So you're gonna take the block in the left hand, right leg comes out to the mat or the floor beside you. Your next inhale, reach the right fingertips high, and exhale, bend over to the left, find that block or book and breathe here, gate pose. Maybe you invite movement into the neck here. Maybe you inhale one direction, exhale the other. Maybe you change the level on the block. Maybe you get rid of the block altogether, your choice. Find something comfortable and breathe into that side body. Nice strong line from fingertips to toes. One more full round of breath wherever you are. Inhale, take the fingertips back up, sweep that knee in, and then switch sides. So bring the block to the right hand, left leg extends out long to the mat or the floor beside you. Your next inhale, take the left fingertips high, and exhale, bend over to your right, find your block. Same thing here, nice strong energy line, fingertips to toes. Maybe you invite movement into the neck. Inhale one direction, exhale the other. Maybe you change the level on the block or get rid of it altogether, your choice. One more round of breath here. Inhale, take the right fingertips back up, sweep that knee in, move the block off to the side, and then come onto your hands and knees. When you get there, take a second, spread the fingertips as wide as you can, really root through the knuckle and the palm. Palms should be shoulder width apart, wrists should be right under the elbows, elbows right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes can be tucked or pressed into the mat, your choice. Your next inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, press the spine, chest out, come into your cow stretch. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press the spine towards the ceiling, come to your cat stretch. Again, inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, cow pose. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, cat pose. With your own breath, move through these two opposites. As you exhale and come through cat pose. As you inhale, expand through cow pose. Maybe you take other movements in between. Maybe you roll the hips out. Maybe you roll the neck out. Whatever feels good in your body. One more full round of breath through cat-cow. And then find a neutral spine. Bring the big toes to touch, send the knees wide to the edges of the mat. Your next exhale, sink the hips back and down. Reach the fingertips forward, forehead comes to the mat. Come to your version of child's pose. And breathe here. Notice the way the belly feels as it expands between the thighs. If you need a break through your practice, child's pose is a nice option, or any other version of rest you need. One more full round of breath here. Your next inhale, come back to your hands and knees. Swing the knees back under the hips. Walk the hands up about a palm print in front of you. Tuck the toes. Inhale, send the hips up and back. Exhale, sink towards your heels, down dog. Down dog might be a little tight. You can bend one leg, straighten the other, like you're pedaling a bike. Or whatever you need to do to find a comfortable pose. The goal here is not to get your feet flat on the mat, but to keep a long spine, tailbone to crown. When you found a comfortable down dog, take 3 deep breaths here. Your next inhale, look between the palms, start to walk yourself forward. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, slide the palms to your thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you for half lift. And exhale, fold. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to standing, palms touch. And exhale, slide your prayer down. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, slide the palms up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the palms in front of your toes. Inhale, step the right foot back. Then the left to meet. Come to your version of a high plank. Option to take the knees to the mat here, your choice. Breathe here. Your next inhale, shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, bring yourself to the mat, chaturanga. Untuck the toes, reach behind you, gather the fingertips. Inhale, peel the chest up for locust pose. Press the toes into the mat, breathe here. Exhale, come back to the mat. Bring the palms, frame your chest, tuck the toes. Inhale, send the hips up and back, downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Your next inhale, look between the palms, start to walk yourself forward, forward fold at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, slide the palms up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to standing, palms touch. And exhale, slide your prayer down. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms in front of your toes. Inhale, step the left foot back first this time, then the right to meet your version of high plank. Again, option to take the knees to the mat, keep the length in the spine. Breathe here. Inhale, shift the weight forward, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, bring yourself to the mat, chaturanga. Untuck the toes, reach behind you, find the fingertips. Inhale, peel the chest up, locust pose, option to float the toes. Breathe here. Your next inhale, see if you can get a little more height. And exhale, come back to the mat. Bring the palms, frame your chest, tuck the toes. Inhale the hips up and back for down dog. 3 deep breaths here. Your next inhale, look between the palms, start to walk yourself forward. Forward fold, top of the mat. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, slide the palms up halfway, lift. And exhale, fold. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to standing, palms touch. Exhale, slide your prayer down. We'll work on a few balance poses. Your next inhale, reach. And exhale, bend slightly at the hips, sit back for chair pose. So keep your chair pose high here. And then pick a stable point in front of you, maybe on the wall, something that's not moving. Lock the eyes, lock the gaze there. When you're ready, bring the weight into the left leg. Right toes gently float above the mat. Breathe here. Your next inhale, take the right toes backward, lean forward for warrior 3. When you get to your stopping point, hands can come to whatever position you'd like, maybe a prayer, maybe airplane arms. Your next inhale, take the right toes gently behind you, open up for crescent lunge. Breathe here. So from here, we'll press off of the right toes back to that warrior 3 position. Not as complicated as it sounds, I promise. Go ahead, pick that stable point. Lock the gaze. When you're ready, inhale, press off of the right toes, reach forward, come to that warrior 3. Breathe here. Inhale, bring the right toes to meet the left. Open up for chair pose. Inhale, bring the fingertips back up. Exhale, the palms beside you and shake it out. We'll do the other side, same sequence. When you're ready, inhale, reach. And exhale, find your chair pose. Again, option to keep chair pose high. If you'd like to go for it, get that deep squat, go right ahead. I'm gonna keep mine high. Go ahead, find that stable point, lock the gaze in. When you're ready, bring the weight into the right leg this time. Left toes gently float above the mat. Your next inhale, gently stretch the left toes backward, lean forward for warrior 3. Hands come to whatever position you'd like when you found your stopping point. And breathe here. Inhale, gently set the left toes behind you. Open up for crescent lunge. We'll do the same thing here. We'll press off of the left toes to come back to that warrior three. So go ahead, pick that stable point, lock the gaze in. Whenever you're ready, inhale, press off of the left toes, reach forward, come to that warrior three. If you pop out of it, you can get back in, or you cannot, your choice. Inhale, bring the left toes to meet the right, open up for chair pose. And inhale, take the fingertips back up. Exhale, the palms beside you and shake it out. Bring one palm to your belly, one to your chest. Gently let the eyes close. And breathe here. Come back to your intention. Back to your breath. Take a second, check in with your body. Now that we've built some heat, notice any differences from when you started to now. Feel your heart pumping. Notice the quality of your breath. Not assigning judgment, just taking note. Take a deep breath deep into the belly. Soft open mouth exhale. Again, deep inhale. Soft open mouth exhale. Last time, deep inhale. Soft open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Release the palms beside you. Gently blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Shimmy the feet out wider than the hips. Grab opposite elbows and let the upper body hang. Maybe you sway a little side to side. Starting to reset the lumbar. Release some of the tension. Your next inhale, release the fingertips, shimmy the feet back under the hips. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to standing, palms touch. Exhale, slide your prayer down. Bring the hands to your hips. And then take a big step to the back of the mat on the right toes for crescent lunge. When you feel stable, reach the fingertips up. Breathe here. Your next exhale, drop the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop the elbows. And breathe here. Notice the opening through the chest. Maybe with an inhale, you squeeze the shoulder blades closer together. Maybe with an inhale, you track the gaze gently backwards. Your choice. Your next exhale, bring the palms to frame the left foot and then drop the right knee to the mat. Grab your blocks. Keep them on the high setting for a low lunge, a high-low lunge. Chest comes high, breathe here. Option to shimmy the toes forward, create even more space between the knees. Again, if you have sensitivity in the knees, you can take a cushion under that right knee with a blanket, with a towel. Maybe you flip the mat over and breathe here. We'll go through a few hip openers before we begin to wind down. Each deep exhale, maybe your mind's eye envisions your hip flexors softening. Your next inhale, take and walk the blocks backward. Shift the weight over the hips for a half split. Breathe here. Again, inhale, walk the blocks forward. Come to that low lunge. Breathe here. And exhale, walk the blocks backward. Hips shift over, the weight shifts into the hips over the right knee. Again, walk the blocks back forward. And then bring both knees to meet. Take a second here, shimmy the hips side to side like a windshield wiper. Reset things. Hopefully your bones don't crack as much as mine do. Your next inhale, step the right foot forward between the palms, between the blocks. And then set the blocks a little bit wider than the mat off to the side. Tuck the left toes. When you feel stable, reach the fingertips up for crescent lunge. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Your next inhale, drop the elbows. Exhale, reach. Inhale, drop the elbows. Exhale, reach. Inhale, drop the elbows, hold here. Again, maybe you inhale and squeeze the shoulder blades closer together, opening through the chest. Maybe you inhale, take the gaze backwards, very gentle back bend. Your choice. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bring the palms to frame the right foot. Take the left knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Same thing here if you need a little more cushion. Use your towel, your blanket, flip the mat over, whatever you need. Grab the blocks and bring the chest high. Breathe here. Again, option to shimmy the toes, the right toes forward. Create more space between the knees, more opening through the hips. And breathe here. Again, each deep exhale, allow the breath to create opening through the hips. Your next inhale, walk the blocks backward, shift the weight over the hips for a half split, and breathe here. Inhale, walk the blocks forward, come to that low lunge, breathe here. Exhale, take the weight backward, come to that half split. That was fast. Inhale, bring the blocks back forward, and then step the right knee back to meet the left. Again, windshield wiper the hips side to side. Or whatever else you need to do to reset. Inhale, come back to that neutral spine. Move the blocks off to the side. And then come around to your seat. Stretch the legs out long in front of you, and then take the fingertips right behind the tailbone so that the elbows point towards the back of the room or the back of the space you're in. Flex the toes towards your face. Breathe here. Your next inhale, very gently take the neck, the head backwards. Breathe here. Exhale, gently lift the head and tuck the chin. Breathe here. Inhale, bring the fingertips back in front of you. And then reach them high above head. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, take the full length of your breath. Lower yourself to the mat. Engage the core if you'd like. Stay for the next breath. Bring both feet to the mat so the knees point up. Your next inhale, drop both knees to the left. Gaze comes over the right shoulder. Breathe here. Inhale, bring the knees back through center. Exhale, take both knees to the right. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Inhale, bring the knees back through center. And then any other movements, any other asanas, any other stretches you need to round out your practice before you settle in for Shavasana for final resting pose, feel free to take them at this time. We've got about a 5-minute Shavasana before class ends, but feel free to take more time if you need it. When you're ready to settle in, whatever version of rest your body needs, whatever you like. Maybe you want to cover up with a blanket. Maybe you want to use the blocks or a pillow to support yourself. Take whatever time, take whatever space you need. Take a second and bring the attention, the focus into the top of the head. With a deep exhale, unfurrow the brow, unclench the jaw, allow the shoulder blades to slide down the back. Keep tracking the focus downward. With a deep exhale, can you soften through the shoulder blades, the collarbone, the biceps, the wrists, the thumbs, the fingertips? Again, keep tracking the focus downward. With a deep exhale, can you soften the muscles, the space around your heart, your belly, your lower back? Another deep exhale brings the focus into your hips. Can you soften through the hip flexors, the tailbone, the tops of the thighs, the backs of the thighs? Keep tracking downward. Your next exhale, can you soften through the knees, through the calves? Another deep exhale. Finally, bring the focus into your feet. Maybe the feet fall away to the side of the body. Can you soften through the ankles, the toes? Take a few final body scans, head to toe, toe to head. With your exhales, release those little bits of tension you're holding onto, things that no longer serve you. Release them to the mat beneath you. As you begin to let your breath go back to normal, let your thoughts become unrestrained. As I begin to find silence, I will welcome you back with chimes before the class ends and the next video starts. Again, feel free to take more time in Shavasana if you need it. guys. Namaste.